Hey guys! Welcome to Critical Beauty Salon. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so by clicking the subscribe button below and click the bell icon to get instant notification for the next video. Have you guys heard of a pageant called Noble Queen of the Universe? It is a new pageant based in the Philippines, and the first edition took place last December 1st, 2019 at the Manila Hotel in Manila. The pageant is designed for married women, and its advocacy is to promote the idea that being a married woman is an honorable, virtuous, and righteous status. The winner was Patricia Javier, a popular actress in the Philippines whose real name is Genesis Canlapan. She beat over 20 other contestants for the title. A few weeks ago, I received an email from an anonymous informant who advised me that the pageant is a scam and was actually pre-orchestrated to guarantee Patricia Javier's victory. This informant claims that many women were used and exploited and that the pageant must be completely shut down because its organizer deceived and lied to the contestants. The informant also stated that the owner of the pageant, Erlene Noche Tumali, and her board directors are all personal friends of Patricia Javier. The Mrs. Noble Queen of the Universe pageant was established for Patricia as her vehicle to compete internationally. She and Erlene established the organization together and manipulated the sponsors, the media, and the majority of the delegates whom Patricia had recruited herself. The informant also gave me a definition of the word noble. The word noble is given to someone who has high morals, ideals, or who comes from royalty or who has good breeding. An example of a noble person is someone who is always honest and showing fine personal qualities. But how can a winner who posed nude with naked images and appeared on porn videos publicly win a Noble Universe title in an international pageant? How can that happen and be tolerated? Even the owner herself posted on her personal social media that she is a proud Tinder subscriber. Plus, she has a filthy mouth and curses at the volunteers and staff publicly. We all know that Tinder application is a dating hookup for hoes and desperate individuals for sex. Do you call that noble? In any pageant competition, one major rule of thumb is you must have never posed nude or made pornographic videos. No one should be allowed to win any title or be in a pageant because it's very disgraceful, plus hypocritical of this pageant to allow her to win an international noble title. It should have been a ground for disqualification from the beginning, whether it's part of acting or a profession. The bottom line is, it's still pornography and it is public. Also, the pageant owner, winner, and other winners promote backstabbing, gossips, bullying, and favoritism with candidates. The informant also wrote that all the delegates had been advised that all winners would have cash prizes, that the crowns were specially made and designed exclusively for the pageant organization, and there were thousands of pesos. But the truth is that the crowns were ordered online. None of the advertisements, financial donations, and sponsorship in the official souvenir program was printed, published, or distributed during the coronation night event, even though the delegates had already paid extra money for the ads. The audience knew that the pageant had been rigged and orchestrated for Patricia's victory because Patricia herself recruited the majority of the contestants, most of whom are friends and associates. The pageant was created for Patricia to save her face and reputation. Meanwhile, the other delegates are not speaking out against Patricia and the pageant organizers due to internal legal agreement that prohibits them from bad-mouthing the pageant. I reached out to the organizers of the pageant for comments about these allegations, but they never responded. So what do you think? Do you agree with the anonymous informant that Patricia Javier should be dethroned and that the pageant should be shut down? Comment below. In other news, Zozibini Tunzi, Miss Universe 2019, finally returned to her home country of South Africa for a much-anticipated homecoming. She arrived in Johannesburg on February 8 and was greeted at the airport by the new Miss South Africa, Sasha Lee Olivier, the Soweto Gospel Choir, and many adoring fans. She was also invited to the home of Nelson Mandela, where she was welcomed by Mandela's grandson, Ndaba Mandela. The Miss World organization stripped the franchise away from its New Zealand holders, husband and wife team Desmond and Rose Foulger. According to Desmond Foulger's Facebook post dated February 13th, the new franchisee for New Zealand is Nigel Godfrey, who is the current New Zealand franchisee for Miss Universe. It is not clear as to why the Foulgers lost the franchise without any warning whatsoever, but it is suspected that Steve Douglas, Julia Morley's son, and her right-hand man, and Nigel Godfrey are very good friends and were former schoolmates. And they could also pass up as twins. Here's an interesting note about Godfrey. He hates US President Donald Trump, who owned Miss Universe for almost 20 years. During the telecast of the Miss Universe New Zealand 2019 pageant, Godfrey didn't shy away from calling Trump fugly. Talk about being a classy host, much less a franchise holder.
I mean, when people say, does Trump still own Miss Universe, I tell them the byline for Miss Universe is confidently beautiful. So how on earth could someone who is continually fugly, and for anyone who's struggling there, fugly means the conjoining of two words. The second one is ugly.
I think we've got it.
How could he be involved in such a great show? And if we hadn't gone viral before, we sure as hell have now.
Yes, we have.
As for the Foulgers, they dropped every logo, trademark, and signs associated with Miss World New Zealand and have now created a new name for the pageant organization called Beauties with a Vision. We wish the Foulgers the best of luck in their new chapter in pageant life. Binibining Pilipinas 2020 kicked off 2 weeks ago with the announcement of the official top 40 candidates who were chosen from 70 applicants who had submitted their applications before a selection committee headed by the organizer chairperson Stella Araneta and the reigning queens. There are many new and fresh faces this year, as well as 4 veterans that include Maureen Montagne, Hannah Arnold, Vicky Rushton, and Samantha Bernardo, the current second runner-up who is trying again for the 3rd time to win one of the 6 titles to be awarded. Meanwhile, the newly created Miss Universe Philippines, which Stella Araneta lost a few months ago, has introduced the official 52 candidates for its first edition as a standalone pageant during a red carpet presentation that took place on February 14 in the Roma Room of the Manila Hotel. The candidates presented wore modern and traditional Filipiniana attires, and I have to say that many of them are stunning. Shamsi Supsupli, the national director in Miss Universe Philippines 2011 and 3rd runner-up in Miss Universe 2011, said that the days ahead will be challenging for the candidates as they will undergo rigorous training. And lastly, Manhunt International 2020 kicked off in Manila, Philippines on February 18th. This year, there are 36 candidates competing in the world's biggest male modeling competition, which was founded by Alex Liu in 1993. When Liu passed away 2 years ago, Roscoe Dickinson took over and became the executive president. This year's competition is probably the shortest ever, lasting less than a week. The winner will be crowned on February 22nd. And this guy is my favorite. Is it really noble? Let me think about it. Nope, I don't think so. Thank you for watching, guys. Please help my channel grow by sharing and subscribing. Until the next time, bye.